That's the
Trans
world
people
we
can't
live
be
in.
funny, dude. Trans people can't be funny. Gay people
You
can't be
can't
funny.
say anything about
I
like
have
trans
seen plenty
people
of-
or anything like that.
Al is funny and he's gay.
Yeah, Al's hilarious, but like,
Yeah, gay men are allowed to be
you're
funny.
funny and you're trans.
I'm not.
You're not trans. You're bi.
No, I was gonna say I'm not funny,
Oh,
but yeah.
he's not trans either.
You've never
Just
seen
because
him.
he's okay with dick doesn't mean he's trans.
I
There's
thought about
whole
getting a
thing.
sex change at one point.
Eh.
My wife wasn't into it, but if she was into it, I would totally would have got a sex change.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. Women get all the pretty clothing.
There
It's
you go.
literally all
It's
it took
true.
for me. I was
No,
like,
it's-
women get
it's-
all the pretty clothing.
It's true facts though. I mean, they got the big sun hats.
Yeah, you get beautiful
Eric,
clothes
tell me if you were a woman, you wouldn't just wear a sundress, sun hat like all the time.
and a revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Moss and Nagant.
I mean,
It's just woman with a revolver and a sundress. That's a right wing dream right there.
Yeah, it is.
mhm.
It's just
Barefoot.
fucking, hell yeah, barefoot, barely legally aged.
Depends
I'm
on their
18
religion
in a
there.
day.
Yeah,
In a day. Oh no.
25 minutes of shit. I'm not even sure if we can use. I mean, I'll
fuck
cut
you.
that down.
We can use it.
Can we use
yes,
it?
We
can use
it.
It's
It's
about
not funny.
drama.
Well,
only
look,
because
but-
you don't like drama.
It's
This
true.
is one of the biggest
make it funny.
buzzes
No,
on the
well,
internet right now.
It's only because you don't like drama. You don't think it'll be funny.
Well, this
Or-
comes out
but
in 2 weeks.
What if the audience finds it funny?
If the audience finds it
What
funny,
if this is just a you thing?
well, if they want to hear our take on
then
it.
you can edit it, dude. How about
I
that?
don't wanna edit it.
How about that? How about if you
I'd rather
if you
leave
think
it raw and unedited.
Yeah, well, you'd rather you would rather just upload the file raw and then keep in you saying the N-word. But we can't do that, Will. We can't do that.
Yeah, you said the N-word a lot. When
in
we
the
first
last
started
25
recording.
minutes, dude, all that shit I cut out. By the way, we didn't even do the intro
I probably should.
because Will wouldn't stop saying the N-word over the intro. I
I
kept saying,
should
I'm Patrick,
probably-
I'm Eric, and then Will just said
I should probably stop telling Eric that I wish a wild, undomesticated pack
of chiggers
would rape him.
Yeah, would bite his legs.
Well, they
That,
already did that.
That short didn't get any views whatsoever.
I don't remember what are you talking about.
You literally already made that joke. Eric was like, I was like, I got mosquito bites on my ass. And Eric was like, I keep getting bit by chiggers. And you were like, would you say it's a wild, undomesticated pack of them?
Yeah, that was in a short we did just recently. yes.
I bleeped the CH out of it like
Of
3
course,
times.
of course.
Because I was like, that's funny. And then it's not funny. Nothing's funny. Do you understand, Eric?
That's not
Eric,
that's
he's
Will.
depressed because our videos don't get any views.
No, I was depressed before that. I was depressed way before that. I've been depressed
He's
for like 3
more
weeks.
depressed that our videos aren't getting any views.
I think we just need to keep, turning them out and keep being honest and,
That's
we'll-
my fucking that becomes my life though.
Yeah,
Churning
hey.
out videos becomes my life.
You want the advice? Hey, just be yourself, man. She'll like you.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Unless she doesn't like you.
I think you mean he'll like you first
Sorry,
off, but
excuse me.
yes.
I forgot you're trans, so I should have used your.
Well, to be
Yeah.
fair, he's the funniest trans person I know.
Yeah. I'm the only one actually.
No, that's not true. I've met other trans people. They just weren't funny.
Yeah.
I don't think they were trying to be funny though. So.
I've been going to work and then coming home and then laying on my bed and then with like the TV on something just auto playing and then laying in the dark for like 3 weeks.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Sounds rough.
Yeah. You want to know why I didn't want to do the podcast the last 2 weeks? It's because of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I got my ass up to do it today.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
this is me trying.
Yeah, I
Step
dragged
one.
my ass out of bed like pretty hard to like.
Yeah, were you hungover? Is that what happened? 'Cause you said you had a headache.
I
when you got here.
when you drink every night, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I
it's
take
like-
kratom every day, and it gives you a hangover every day unless you take more kratom. And then
Do you?
So,
sounds like withdrawal.
do you
but
ever,
okay.
I don't know if this is like a thing for you, but do you ever just like if you're like, oh, I could go to my room and lay down, but like Kira might come in there, and like I just cannot right now. So, as in, I can't be around somebody right now.
yeah.
Not that she would do anything to you.
She's gonna rape me. She's like, what are you talking about? What are you implying? I just can't lay in the bed. Kira's too dangerous.
You look over, you just see Kira's shadow, and then her like tightening the strap.
It's like that. It's
That's-
Goofy time meme.
Let's not be honest. Patrick would be a lot happier.
Yeah,
But do you ever just come in here
He wouldn't
and
say
turn out
no.
the lights and then fucking just lay in bed?
all the time. All the time. Unfortunately, yes, that is why this bed is here. This bed is here because if I get depressed and then I don't want to have to walk by my wife's room to go to the bedroom because I'm afraid she'll be worried about me, I just come in here, shut the door, lock it, turn the light off, and lay in here and stare at the ceiling.
Wow. I think my brain has been destroyed by modern technology, and I can't like be in the quiet anymore.
I'm not a fan of it. I will put something on. I don't mean stare at the ceiling and nothing beyond. I will put something here, and that's also why
he
that's
avoids
there.
his thoughts. Don't worry.
I do. Trust me. I've
been there too. Like I've
been there. I live that. That's every day for me. Every day I wake up. There is no silence in my day. I will have you know.
What I'm trying to say is I'm empathizing because I will also get depressed and like lay in bed and have like some shit on like a Beau of the Fifth Column or something.
Well, you live alone, so yeah, absolutely.
And just get high so the thoughts don't come in.
Yeah.
I get it.
You block out the bad thoughts by getting high or drunk.
You block out any thoughts. You're just like zoot me out, fam.
No, the wrong fucking conjunction. When is there silence in my day? Tell me. When do you think that there is silence in my day? What part of my day is there silence?
The last 30 minutes when you sleep.
Not even. Not even.
You play music while you sleep.
I have Let's Plays going on the TV while I sleep.
That's fair.
You might want to introduce a little bit of silence in your life.
Dude, there's none. I have Pavlovian level destroyed my ability to be happy.
We're going to ruin this podcast. Everyone just do 5 minutes.
Can we get a moment of silence for Patrick,
What
please?
if we literally left in 5 complete minutes of silence?
What would be the point? That's just dead air.
Well, the point is the joke of Patrick needs some silence.
The joke would be that it would be for prayer. And prayer is a joke.
Only Muslim prayer, though. We're very leftist here, and if you pray like a Christian in public, we're going to go after your ass. But if you
we'll behead you, as most leftists
you can literally
will.
try and instate Sharia law, and we'll let you because we're leftists, even though that goes completely against our actual
would be
leftist
like, no,
beliefs.
they can't do that either.
That's how confusing it gets sometimes, though.
So here's waking up
I am
in
just
my
no true Scotsman right now.
Waking up in my life, I get up, I get in the shower, I use my phone to play a podcast, get out of the shower, get dressed, still listening to the podcast, get in my car, put earphones in while I'm driving, listen to podcasts, get to work, listen to podcasts until I'm off work. The only time I can think of where there's silence in my entire day is when I go to lunch at my parents' house and I can't play anything because somebody's talking to me.
But that's not silence. Someone's talking to you.
It's true.
That's just a conversation.
You know what that is?
What's that?
That's the corporate media,
It's
man.
brain rot,
That's the corporate media keeping you silent. So when your thoughts of revolution come inside and you're like, man, the system is shit. I'm depressed and I never have time to do anything. And like I work 20 hours a day and like 5 jobs. Yeah, dude. It's the corporate media keeping you from the revolution.
Dude, 1984 is real.
So I got banned from r/socialism.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
How did you get banned from r/socialism, Will?
Because I just asked, so like someone linked an article from the Jacobin. If you don't know, Jacobin is a online newspaper, for the left. It's like probably their most famous.
Like the Jacobites from France?
Yeah, exactly. The Jacobins. So they linked an article that was talking about how the U.S. is going to use Kenya to help Haiti kind of stabilize their region right now, or their country.
Okay.
Because they're in a.
I remember hearing about
a
this.
bunch of gang anarchy, basically.
Haiti's a complete and total trash fire right now.
Yeah, it's a big gang anarchy.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay,
dead.
I can understand from where they're coming from how the U.S. is kind of using its imperial might to like get Kenya to do a thing, because Kenya's trying to become the Saudi Arabia of Africa currently. That's how kind of the geopolitical scales are weighing up.
So Kenya's on the up and up. Their economy.
They're trying to be. They're
doing their
trying.
best.
They're trying to like court the U.S. to give them money.
Well, I hear due to historical trends and everything that, like, generally speaking, Africa is poised to be the next great continent.
Because both Russia, China, and now the U.S. are trying very hard to become friends with a lot of African nations. That's like the next big thing in the world.
Like Africa's about to fucking
it's about
bloom.
to explode.
Good for them too. The
big thing is like I don't understand how Kenya coming in and stabilizing Haiti or helping stabilize Haiti hurts the Haitian people. Now, and that's what I was like, how is the U.S. using Kenya? Like I said, I get the U.S. is using its imperialist, pressure to get Kenya to do it. I understand that. I don't understand how Haiti is being oppressed in this situation. When I feel like having a stabilizing force so that they could have elections again even like would be good. Now, like I can maybe
Here's a
now someone
question.
explain to me, like how do you know those elections will be fair if like the U.S. and Kenya are the ones?
Did you get called a bootlicker for this?
I got banned, dude. And yeah, someone was like, dude,
Yeah.
I've never met a comrade who fucking didn't
Yeah.
understand the blah blah blahs. And I was like, I'm just ignorant, dude. They don't teach me shit in Mississippi.
This is a fucking you were like you went into r/socialism and spouted like a bootlicker comment, and then people were like,
I didn't. It wasn't
bootlicker.
even a bootlicker comment. It was me asking, how is this oppressive toward Haiti?
Yeah.
I genuinely wanted to know.
It's
guess-
not, Will. That's the thing. And they didn't have anything to say back to you, so they banned you.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go all the fucking way, dude. You stop
ignorant-
caring about the logic.
I didn't know liberalism was asking questions.
When you stop asking questions and start just accepting everything the people in your echo chamber say, that's when you've become an extremist, and that's when you lose the ability to critically think.
Well, feel good, people, because I ask questions.
Well, Will's like an angry young male in his
so
20s.
he
So
probably,
he's like,
he's not going to be a communist in 10 years, let's be honest.
well,
here.
he's like the prime target for any extremist group,
Yeah,
though.
you're lucky I fucking touch grass on the left and
You
not
could
the right.
literally be any extremist group. You are the prime demographic.
Yeah,
You're
it's true.
person angry with current system is prime demographic for any extremist
slightly
group.
disenfranchised person.
yes.
Yeah.
That's why I disavow the right and the left now, because I paid attention long enough to both of them to be like,
I don't disavow
is all
the left.
horse shit.
I think the left has a lot of really good points.
and
You
they're
know,
also completely up their own asses and complaining about absolute nonsense a whole lot of the time.
I think that's
like-
just like general population.
I mean, yeah, but those are
But
the
like
ones that you
on
hear.
everywhere though.
If you're only going to listen to the people who are more towards the center and being logical,
Oh,
then
well,
it doesn't
that's-
sound that different from the right of center and the left of center people.
I mean, I think centralism is just you choosing whatever side you think is the worst, anyways. But
Centralism
Whatever.
is paying attention.
I disagree. I feel like centralism is literally just you being so in the middle. Whoever is like the least option you want is gonna win because essentially you're gonna go, well, they're not that bad, right? And then the person who's like, yeah, they are that bad is gonna be like, you're just like, well, then I'm with them because you're like really siding against them. And then, they win because they have the numbers.
Whoever says if you're not with us, then you're against us first, basically.
Pretty
I
much.
have an honest question that I don't know the answer to, and you
Go ahead.
guys know enough about this where you can probably answer.
Maybe.
Why is
Give
it
a shot.
always a left versus right thing instead of a top versus bottom thing?
That's just so in the French Revolution. This is the history that I know. During the French Revolution, you had a split in their parliament, where the monarchist sat on the right side and the leftist, basically
The guillotine guys.
the democracy wanting people sat on the left side. So they were the progressives, while the monarchists were the conservatives, and that's how you got the dichotomy of the.
Everybody always argue left versus right instead of like authoritarian
Oh, you
versus
mean like that.
libertarian.
Because when we're arguing left and right, normally we're talking about social economic values, where the authoritarian versus democracy or liberalism.
Libertarian. It'd be like libertarian.
Is more like an
pure
argument
liberty.
of like, do you agree that people can basically take care of themselves, or do they need to be told what to do? It's not so
Democracy
much
is
of
inherently centrist, because you're saying that we have to make decisions on a case-by-case basis, and we ask the people directly.
And you have to have a bunch of people with
I think
different
basically
ideas.
like there's
Yes.
not enough.
It's an inherently centrist idea.
So with like left and right, I think the issue is like you can get some of the same ideas basically either way.
Mhm.
Where like I think top down you can't. Like there's no like with like for instance, with conservatives, I might agree that gosh, I don't know. I
Gun ownership. You're
yeah,
big on
gun ownership. I agree with gun ownership.
Yeah.
Where I think authoritarians never would. They would be like, no, you should never let the people below you have all the guns because that just is
Yeah,
Yeah, because then
so,
the
but
power
like, of course,
dynamic
the
is off.
libertarians would be like, "Oh no, we all need guns," because that just is how you
Mhm.
balance everything out. So I think we're like left and right. Maybe you can find dichotomies of
I
like
wonder if
mixture.
that's the-
you can't do top down.
I wonder if that's the thing that I care more about when it comes to political stuff.
Authoritarian versus libertarian.
Yeah, versus libertarian, far more than if it is like, because it's basically up and down is how you use your military, and then
Mhm.
left and right is how you use your economy, right?
Yes, more.
Yeah,
So
it's how
I
you-
don't care how you use your economy. I don't care. I don't care how you use your economy either way, as long as you're not at the top, and as long as you are
Well,
closer to the bottom.
Left and right also decide things like ethics and values along those
Yeah,
lines.
like,
Where it's
for
just
instance,
like,
like
is
on
it
the-
okay to be gay? Or
Yeah.
is it okay to be a conservative Christian?
Or like to make it a
something
little
like
bit
that?
more relatable, is it okay to work 8 hours a day?
Or is it okay to
16
work-
hours a day?
Yeah.
Is it okay to make 12-year-olds work? Or is it okay to make adults work?
It depends what you mean by make, because if you go to make,
I
then it's
say,
like, oh,
I
that's
say make,
top.
but I mean, like, do you allow children to work factory jobs or just adults?
Yeah, just make all the wages really low and make the whole family work, as opposed to giving a living wage to a
By the
single
way,
person.
in Alabama, they found a 12-year-old making car parts.
Yeah, I remember. I
Yeah,
saw those
Mississippi
articles.
is like a Mississippi in general, from what I understand, is like a bottom right type of state. Like we're very liberal with like our ideas of like gun ownership and like individuality.
Libertarian. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
we're very
liberal.
libertarian, and then we're right leaning.
Mm-hmm.
And people leaning to the right never bothered me. I think it's really just once people get over once you get too far away from libertarian, that starts bothering me. Once you get too far into
Which
authoritarian,
I agree.
that's
like,
what
for
bothers
instance,
me.
I don't agree with like Stalinism. I don't agree with like
Mao.
Yeah, I don't agree with like Maoism. But like there are thoughts in there that I could pick out and be like, I think this is a good idea.
Yeah, Hitler,
Well,
the trains
fucking-
ran
like,
on time.
Yeah,
like-
I mean that you
Like
could say
I don't
that for
think
Hitler
Mao
or
was
whatever,
wrong
yeah.
when he said we shouldn't have landlords.
Yeah. It's also kind of weird that I think that in general, every human being on the planet would agree with that they would rather be under the Dalai Lama or who was the guy who went on the guy that nukes everybody in Civ?
Oh,
The Indian guy.
Gandhi.
Gandhi. Everybody would rather be in a government under Gandhi rather than Stalin.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So like it's not really as much of an argument when it comes to top versus bottom.
I agree.
It seems like almost everybody prefers bottom. If you're not a guy who is in charge of the military, then yeah, you support the bottom rung of those. So I guess left and right is the only thing left to argue.
Do you
Yeah.
have authority or not?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
therefore, if you have it,
Yeah.
you want to keep it. And if you don't,
like-
you probably want to keep your
You
autonomy.
know, to the base, do you believe in the power of the people?
Yeah. In Julius Caesar by Shakespeare, there's a line that says that basically just talks about authoritarianism versus libertarianism, and it says the abuse of greatness is when it just joins remorse from power.
You know, I think what it is the top down has already been solved. You know whether you like being authoritative or if you like voting, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know whether or not you like people having freedom or being told by the military how
Yeah.
to live their life.
Yeah, I feel like that's just already been.
Yeah. Are you
Debated.
being
You're done.
forced to be on the left or right is basically all that means, I guess, isn't it?
Like
Yeah.
I just believe that all of it has to be in the middle. Like, you know, because if you go full authoritarian or full libertarian, you start running into a lot of problems. And if you go full right or full left, you start running into a lot of problems. You need to keep all of these things in line. We need leaders. We need authority figures. We need to have our own personal
See,
liberties.
That's the same.
We need to let people do what they do, and we need to also appreciate like the older traditions and let people do that too.
This is the
like-
same thought process that's been happening in the U.S. for the last 50 years, and it's exactly the reason we're in the situation we're in now. Yeah, when we just let people middling do kind of whatever, we end up with the fucking extremists taking over of everything.
Yeah. Well, authoritarians will always take
As
over everything.
opposed to
We have to put up a
Officially letting
united,
them-
strong force against the
You're just saying
authoritarians.
you
that
just
doesn't
want
make
everyone
you be
to
the
embrace-
authoritarian,
yeah, you're just wanting everyone
say
to embrace
unite.
one idea.
and then that makes you the
then
authoritarian.
that's just
Maybe.
the extremist faction that took over.
I think it's
See-
better than sitting on the fence.
I think that the arguing and the fighting in the middle is what keeps us balanced. We need the
That's the same
differing
thought process of a
opinions.
dictator who's like, oh man, I can't trust my generals, so I gotta keep them infighting forever.
no, not like that.
I was
No,
looking at. I was trying to
mean-
figure out what like the very bottom of the bottom to top thing is, and I was like, is it just anarchy? Is that what just pure libertarianism is?
Yes, there's absolutely no one in charge of anything except you in charge of your own life.
Yeah.
That's pure libertarianism.
Which is just impossible. Actually impossible.
You're basically wanting to go back to being hunter-gatherers at that
Yeah,
point.
that's
Still
what
literally impossible.
primitivism is what like they call it in this chart.
Yeah,
Dumb.
there you go. Like, and it's like,
I also cannot stand anarchist. I just cannot. I don't like anarchists.
Here's
at all.
Will, anti-authoritarianism. There's Will.
yep,
Yeah.
that makes sense. He'll probably drift back towards the center a little later.
He'll end up with Nordic liberals.
Or welfarism.
Yeah.
But
well, he is in Mississippi.
yeah,
He'll end
I
up.
mean,
According to this, I fall into
probably
either
more
liberal.
social democracy or liberal democracy.
Every
yeah.
time I've ever taken this test, I fall right here.
Honestly,
So-
like if I just had to like name one that I probably appeal to, or at least what I hope I appeal
Kleptocracy?
to,
Kleptocracy?
probably council communism. Honestly,
Kleptocracy, is that stealing?
Yeah, that would just be
Stealing, just
is
everyone
fair.
just steal shit from each other?
Council communism.
That's absolutely retarded. I would shoot people. Like, I mean, come to my house, take
Yeah.
my shit. I'll take your life.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then I'll pick
hold
your
on.
pockets and throw your
Pause.
body in the fucking lake.
Obviously, you
And
don't
steal your car.
Obviously, you don't understand what private, personal, and public property means, but that's okay.
My dad falls into somewhere in here. Like,
People aren't coming to steal your fucking.
well, how is my
underwear.
dad
It's your underwear.
transhumanist?
A transhumanist?
Yeah, that's what this is. It says like
Does
bottom
your
right.
dad like have like any like cybernetics?
I wish, dude. I wish. Would you get cybernetics? You'd get cybernetics, right?
Sure,
Not in
if
the
they were
brain. Not
safe.
like that brain chip thing.
You don't want the brain chip?
No, dude.
I mean, once they're like safe and cool, if
Tell
it's
you what,
like,
if I can hack
yeah.
the brain chip, we're good.
Yeah, I guess once you get
I'm not
into
gonna
like the
trust.
upper right, it starts becoming like, oh, ways you can control people.
Mhm.
Because like at some point, like I just want it to be, I'd either like, I don't mind, and this is a weird thing to say, I don't mind imperialism. I don't give a shit if like the country is imperialistic, because at least I know what the rules are. I just like the rules to be consistent. And then like, so if you're going to be authoritarian, be like Hitler authoritarian. Make the rules very obvious and then kill everybody who disagrees with you. And then you have a very pure government. If you're
You could
going
say
to be
you could
authoritarian,
Purify the people, perhaps,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Get it like
You know,
down to like
instead of
one specific group that's
Yes.
like
Instead
better
of
than
Hitler,
all the
though,
others.
You could market you could inspire your authoritarianism by Stalin, who also
Yes.
did most of the same things, except he also just egalitarianly did it.
Yeah. Stalin, same thing.
I'll kill millions of people, but I'll do it without a bigoted bias.
Stalin, same thing. Like at least I know like where the government stands. Like that is the quality of the top to bottom ratio that people like. That's what people like about authoritarianism. And I think that's why some people are authoritarian.
Because I know where the government stands.
Yeah, well, they also feel like safe with the concept of like the government has a handle on things. Like
Yeah.
you look into like fucking Nazi Germany, no one was scared that someone was going to steal their bike because they knew that the guy who stole the bike got his
get
hands
shot in the
chopped
head.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
gets shot in the head in
Well,
their backyard.
See, that's not technically true because we all know. We've all looked at the
I'm
studies.
sorry. They know that he'd be Jewish and then he would be put on a train.
Now that might be true, but
what
we
would
all
actually
know.
happen.
We
The only
all looked
reason
at
he
the
was-
studies.
The only reason he was stealing the bike is because they made it illegal for Jews to own bikes. I mean, like, yeah.
We've all seen the studies where like capital punishment does not actually have an effect on like the crime rate. We've seen the bridges on the or we've seen the heads on pikes on the bridges.
I agree.
That didn't affect anything.
I agree. Another thing that really I think most people actually give a shit about outside of any of this, like left, right, top, bottom, the biggest thing that people care about is corruption in politics.
Yeah.
People don't want the people above them to be lying to them.
Or
Yeah,
getting a more of a
that's
fair
true.
Or
fair take.
or getting an unfair take of things. So
Kind
if
of like how Trump will never see a day inside a prison cell.
or
because like our justice system is
absolutely no
literally
way.
bending over backwards
Now,
to keep it from happening.
But if Hitler
I
was fair,
guilty of a single felony of any kind, I would be in prison right
absolutely you would.
now.
If you were
Now, if I was
convicted of any felony.
34 felonies, I'd be buried under the fucking
you'd have
prison.
been shot by now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's all
Well,
there
that's
is to it.
Mississippi. Absolutely.
just-
34 Mississippi felonies, that's when they feed you to the dogs. All right. That's like
I mean, at that point,
the MS state dog specifically.
yeah, they've got
They got
brands on them.
bulldogs.
Yeah, they've got
a bunch of English bulldogs.
It's the same bulldogs as the MSU
If you get up to
bulldog.
50 felonies, they feed you to the land
It's a guy.
sharks.
It's a guy dressed like the old Miss guy, and he's got a bunch of bulldogs on leashes.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Run!
Gotta get riled up.
They just take you out to the Delta and just let you run and let you get like a 5-minute head start before they release the dogs on you.
I need someone to draw this and just use this.
Yeah.
Run, boy, run!
They chase after you with like, horses
What's
and dirt
scarier?
bikes and stuff.
Hearing a pack of hounds or hearing one dog bark and then suddenly multiple dogs start barking.
That seems like the same thing.
It's not.
No.
Okay,
The
so I
second
hear-
one's way scarier. You hear one and then you're like, oh, it's just they just sent one dog. Then you hear a bunch and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm so dead.
I mean, I guess they would, but still, like, all you're suggesting is I know that there's a bunch of dogs immediately, and I know
Eric
that there's
would
a bunch of
choose the
dogs
man.
after
He's suggesting hope.
the fact.
He's suggesting hope.
That
Would you
little bit
rather
of
have
hope.
hope or not?
Eric would choose the man versus the bear.
Yeah. So any of these like top things, any of these authoritarian things, as long as it's not corrupt,
I feel like you'd be
then
into
I don't think anybody cares.
Muglabism.
Muglabism?
What
Is that
is-
the
what
thing?
is- what is
that's
that
the thing
even?
from Spy Kids.
Yeah,
dude.
I got it.
You
I
remember
I
the
thought
guys
that was
that
from
made
Jungle Book.
No, that's the thing with the thumbs.
What is ba atheism?
Ba atheism?
Bah, atheism.
Like B-A apostrophe atheism. Like,
Ba-
what, is that what I'm
that's
seeing?
Bathism. That's Bathism, dude.
Oh, Bathism.
That's what the half baths
I
worship.
wonder
Oh my
what a
God.
socialist transhumanist is.
I
like most of these don't make any fucking sense, and I,
feel like
guess
I
it's
would
just
need a
going to be on
fucking-
the fucking screen for most of the episode. But
Yeah, I'm
like,
gonna need like a dictionary to fucking understand what some
most
of
of
this
these are
fucking
made
shit
up,
even
dude.
means.
This guy made
scroll
all
back
this
up,
shit
scroll
up.
back up.
What is a kleptocracy?
I like how Christian democracy is on the left.
let me if I look
That's
up
because
kleptocracy.
Christianity is inherently socialist.
Hey, yeah. That's why God decided to genocide 2 whole groups of people.
Yeah, socialists genocide people all the time.
That's a fair comment.
A kleptocracy.
I was about to say, did you forget the last 70 years of human history?
A kleptocracy, also referred to as a thievocracy, is a government whose corrupt leaders use political power to expropriate the wealth of the people and land they govern, typically by embezzling or misappropriating government
Oh,
funds.
that's straight up
it's
Russia.
America. It's America.
Oh, I was going to say Russia.
It's both.
It's both.
It is both.
It's both.
Oh, so
And
actually,
China,
never
too.
mind. We live in a kleptocracy, so never mind.
You know what that one is. That's us.
That's just where we are.
Yeah,
okay.
that's just where we're at.
Why is that fucking on the thing there? That just means corruption.
It
Kleptocracy
generally-
is just when you're fucking.
What the
Because
hell?
this was posted on Reddit, dude.
What the hell is
directly-
consequentialism?
You got this from Reddit.
Yeah, of course I did.
Wait,
We've been analyzing Reddit.
What is pink capitalism?
Pink capital. Okay, I gotta look that up. That's when they give out the pussy for a little bit of money, right?
Oh man, you can buy your pussy any day. You can buy dick, pussy,
Pink
butthole.
capitalism is a subgenre of capitalistic economy incorporating LGBTQ populations as current or potential customers.
We already do that. Have you seen Target lately?
Damn, bro, we've moved
what are
over
you
to pink
talking about?
capitalism.
Like,
Have you seen Target lately?
like all these things just exist simultaneously, and that's what
Well, of
makes
course
us
they do.
better.
What is dark enlightenment?
That's the black pill, dude.
Dark
That's it, yeah.
enlightenment.
That is the black pill if I've ever heard it.
Oh wow, that sounds pretty black pilled.
Neo-reactionary movement, sometimes abbreviated to RNX, is anti-democratic, anti-egalitarian. Okay, is a theory
Basically, be
dreamed
an
up-
asshole is
Yeah.
what it means.
Be an asshole. What that?
It's just not. It's a thing that just doesn't exist apparently. Oh yeah, it's red pill, blue pill, black pill
Nice.
stuff. Yeah, hell yeah.
A brief history of the terrible idea. Yeah, I saw that.
This looks like I want you
wow.
to post this with a video and just like the periodic
We're not
chart.
using this episode.
The periodic chart for the fucking political bits.
I kind of want to take this picture and then like put it on a dartboard and then throw a dart at it, and
Just-
then
that's the one you go with.
yeah. Be like,
I mean-
all right. What government are we going with?
Trotskyism today. All
Yeah,
right.
all right.
Okay, the endless revolution. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is there one there named after Che Guevara?
Chavism maybe.
Oh, there it is. Ha-ha!
Got the Ho Chi Minh thought.
I saw that Ho Chi Minh. It's just weird. Hey, we got Gucci.
I like how state capitalism is a left thing.
Did they really put Gucci on there? That looks like it says juicy. What is that?
Juicy. That's the
Hive-
apples from
I
Death Note,
love
dude.
hive mind collectivism.
Yeah, like at the farthest upper left is just a literal hive mind. Which, to be fair, if that were possible, yeah,
Fully
sure.
automated luxury space gay communism.
Nice.
Holy shit, that is kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
It's I mean, this is
What makes me so sad, by the way, like if you could take, look out, if you could just chop off the bad stuff of the USSR,
Mhm.
The one thing I really wish they could have accomplished before their collapse, I really wish they would have, was they're like, let's just automate all of the work.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would be the dream, right?
Isn't it?
Right.
Would be you
but then
automate everything,
Why?
but then you
What and why are you paying people to do anything though?
Well, you see, that's the trick, Captain. We get rid of that concept entirely.
Well, you'd have to have, you can't have humanity without an economy. So the economy
Yeah,
would have to
I
be you pay
understand that.
everybody money.
We would
and
just
then-
go to a UBI.
Yeah, pretty much.
We
it would
need
be
something
UBI.
to do. We stagnate easily.
Yeah, it's called a
Crazy.
hobby, my friend.
I was gonna say it'd be called war. At that point, once you've
Like,
done that, the only thing you can do is look outside.
no, you just start having hobbies.
Well, people won't do that though.
People are stupid. That's why we have education.
People are stupid. That's why we have war.
Education doesn't stop people from being stupid.
This is not true.
That
is the entire purpose of education, Eric.
What, to make them
Okay,
stupid?
So you're
No, to
saying
make
no
them
one's
more
ever
stupid.
graduated college stupid?
Are you trying to tell me our education system is any good?
I guess it depends on if it's an accredited college.
I mean, like,
Is
Eric,
there
so
we
many, like,
literally,
private
Eric, we
colleges and shit.
literally teach our children in public schools from like blah to high school to be good factory workers. You're telling me that's a good system for good thought, for critical thinking?
well, okay, is education good or bad, or are you just putting it on how
I
good
think
the
education is
in and of
good.
itself?
I think when you teach your children to be good factory workers, it's bad.
What's wrong with being a factory worker?
The fact that you get screwed over your entire life.
That's
Nothing's
not
wrong with
necessarily
inherently
true.
being a factory.
That's only true if the people running the factory are bad.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
just
God,
more
it's almost,
corruption.
it's
dude.
almost like the people in charge are cats.
Kleptocracy.
They're kleptocats.
Kleptocracy. Yeah, space cats.
They're big space gay.
Biker,
biker mouse
biker
from
mice,
Mars.
Mars from Mars. Yeah.
They're a bunch of syndicates.
It's
Well, yeah, but then the problem shifts at that point, because then it's just like, well, if you can't trust anyone in government in the first place, then what's the damn point?
If I was in
'cause it's like,
government, I could trust me.
is the point of all of
to
this
get your dick sucked.
I've never had sexual relations with that woman.
is the point of every political compass just to show that like there is a way for all of these to work?
Well, you've heard
Like
that
everybody just has to agree and it can't be corrupt.
you've heard the political compass is kind of bullshit, and it's more of a horseshoe theory now.
Of course, yeah, it would have to be. There's no way you couldn't do it that way.
People
But,
are always going to have different beliefs too. Like
Sure.
you're never going to get everyone to 100% agree.
but
on
if they
something.
did, is the idea behind it that like, oh, if they did, then there is like a government for
well,
everyone?
I'll tell you this right now.
I think that would be the hive
If
mind
everybody
communism.
could, yeah, I mean, if everybody could agree on something, then none of this would exist.
Yeah, I think we'd be in hive mind collectivism.
Yeah, we
right
would
there.
just be a hive mind at that point because we could all have the same thought on
That's
something.
the government you want, buddy. Hive mind collectivism.
I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, but that's impossible. That's
Says
why
you.
it's like
we haven't had
know,
enough chips put in our brains yet.
I mean, fuck.
There's Guevarism.
At
That's
the
the one
end
you
of
were
the
asking
day,
about.
If we were 100% all agreeing on the exact same thing, then any of these governments would work.
Yo,
Yeah.
that says-
Literally
I
all
want
of
to know
them
what
would work.
Gandalfism is.
That's hilarious. Gandalfism. Really?
Gaddapism, you mean? Okay, yeah. I was like, where is Gandalfism? Please tell me that's on there.
Oh, yep. No, but yeah. I mean,
You shall not pass these bills!
Yeah. Yes.
Just Bernie Sanders.
Waving an AK.
Oh boy. Yeah. No, I mean, like, yeah, if everybody just agreed, then it doesn't matter what the system is because they'd all work because we'd all just do it.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
idea here.
Right, and that's why everyone should agree with me and do the thing that I want to be done.
Yeah,
But
yes.
like, you could pick any human being on the face of the earth, and if we all chose to agree with that person, everything would be fine. But no one's gonna do that.
Would all of you agree to live with any of these that is 1 or to 2 steps away? Like anything that's from here to here and here to here?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, would you agree to live under any of those systems?
I don't know what the fuck the third way is, but
Me
social
neither.
libertarian,
National
new liberalism,
liberalism.
I
progressivism.
mean, I already live in a neoliberal
distributism.
country, so no. I mean,
Laborism.
yes, because I'm forced to, but no, I'd rather.
Could you live your life without like just being like, yeah, I hate my entire government?
I can believe that the government should provide us stuff
I
and
guess
not be
not.
a communist. I can believe in like strong police and not be a fascist. Like
yeah.
I can believe in fucking, people having individual rights and not be a full fucking like libertarian. And I can believe that we should have strong leaders and not be an authoritarian. At the end of the day, I believe in all of those things to a certain degree and am very willing to change my mind if I see something not working, or working better.
Mm.
You know, and that's what everyone should do. You shouldn't just marry some ideology and believe it no matter what happens. If you see it fail, fucking throw it away.
Cupid's doing pretty good.
You could do it
Yeah,
both
they're doing
ways
alright.
too.
Yeah.
You could do that. You could do that either way too. You could like not have any idea and then marry an idea because you're like this. I love this, and then you can throw it away later and then find a new one.
Yeah, like
it
Will.
works. Yeah.
First, he was a Christian zealot. Now he's
Yeah.
a communist. And 10 years, we'll see.
Yeah. He'll be a black guy. He'll be a
Yeah.
black.
As
wo-
long as
he'll
you
be a black
reserve-
woman.
As long as you reserve the right.
Judaite.
Yeah, Judaite.
Oh yes, you'll be one of those dudes. You'll
Okay.
be with a
You're gonna
brother.
be a Jacobite.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, what's the Jacobian?
Jacobian.
Yeah, Jacobian.
Yeah. Jakub or whatever. Yakub.
What was the
That
guy?
was it. Yakub, a Jacobian.
Brother
Yeah.
Nathaniel.
Yeah.
It was actually just looking into the future to see Brother Nathaniel. Just looking
See,
at
What
Will.
if I'm Brother Nathaniel?
Yeah, that'll be you in
Hey,
10 years.
There we go. But yeah, no, as long as you continue to reserve the right to take in new information and change your mind, I think that's the best thing you can really do because all of us are going to be lost. You're never going to get the full picture. You just have to be willing to take in new information and, factor that into your belief system. It's when
Secretary,
people-
shit scraper, and factory worker.
Matt,
Correct.
you said, and I can quote, "We're all lost." Well, Eric, I've got some good news for you today, buddy.
He's Mormon.
We,
It's him
we
coming
don't
back as a
have to.
Mormon.
We don't have to stay lost, and you can just cut me off.
Have you
when
heard the good
feel it.
news?
Eric? I have some great news, buddy. You don't have to remain lost through our Christ, King, Lord Jesus. He can save us.
Fuck turning you off. Keep going. I'm here for
He'll
this.
save us. He finds us like a lost shepherd. He breaks our legs like a shepherd does.
Patrick, put the
And
music behind this.
It's not an
Is
abusive
Jesus making
relationship.
us into veal?
It's not an abusive relationship for some reason. He'll bring us back to the flock even though we wanted to leave. And then he'll heal us like that woman in the movie that one time.
Are you describing socialism?
And then he then basically
You're not allowed to leave the flock. You must obey. That sounds like socialism.
capitalism does the same thing.
I was
bro.
going to say, it describes
I
any
know.
authoritarian
Isn't
regime.
that funny?
Isn't
Isn't
that-
it funny how they
Eric,
stop
it's
being
almost
distinct?
like both